Briggs Stratton Portable Generator, stored W no gas, won't start. Added new gas and spark plug, checked fuel line and float, still won't start. Air filter okay. Model #XXXXX serial #XXXXX engine model #XXXXX type #XXXXX code #XXXXX.
Hello, and thank you for choosing Just Answer. I'll be helping you today and am committed to providing clear and concise answers to your question. If it does have spark, squirt about a tablespoon of fuel in the spark plug hole, then replace the plug and see if it starts. It won't run for long most likely, we're just determining if it's a fuel problem. Let me know and we'll continue.
Hubby had sprayed starter fluid into carburetor and it started, but wouldn't stay started, no picking up fuel.
Thank you. In that case, the most likely problem is simply a plugged carburetor. We can try cleaning the jet first as a minor fix. Does this carburetor say Walbro or Nicky in the side? They use both on your engine model.
Don't see Walbro or Nicky, where would that be at on carburetor?
Should be cast right into the side of the carburetor. Is there a bolt in the center of the bottom of the carburetor bowl holding it on? Or two screws, one on either side, holding it? That will tell me which one as well. Rick 41079.7808319444.
Has the two screws on side.
Thank you. That's a Nicky. Let's try a minor fix first, then if that doesn't solve it, a full cleaning and rebuild will probably be necessary. Please shut off the fuel or pinch the fuel line and have a container ready under the carburetor bowl. Remove the bowl nut and look in the bowl for any sediment or buildup. Clean it out. Be cautious not to knock the float loose. It's not major if you do, but there's no sense having to put more back together than necessary. The jet has a small hole that is likely plugged. Spray it with carburetor cleaner and use some small soft wire like from a bread tie to make sure the passages are clear. Spray some carburetor cleaner up the center nozzle of the carburetor as well until it shoots out the throat of the carb. If this doesn't do it, then a full cleaning is in order. I like to start by mentioning fuel. I recommend using fuel no older than 3 weeks unless you are mixing in a good quality fuel stabilizer. Likely 70% of the problems like this we see are fuel or carburetor related. Today's fuels with ethanol are nowhere as stable as the fuels we had a few years ago. I recommend against purchasing fuel from some of the smaller stores that sell fuel for less than the well-known stations such as Chevron, Shell, etc. These smaller companies get a price break on fuel from the distributors because they are buying fuel that is near the 30-day mark. Distributors cannot sell the fuel past that age, so they offer a discount to these buyers. Result is that you may be getting fuel that's nearly stale right from the pump. Because of the fuel situation, we see a lot of carburetor problems. If you don't feel comfortable with this kind of repair, I would suggest sending it to a reputable shop. If you do the work yourself, take pictures or at least make a drawing of where all the linkages, gaskets, and component parts go. Correct reassembly is critical. Disassemble and clean every part with carburetor cleaner. Soak is better than spray, and blow out all the small holes and passageways with compressed air or use soft tag wire to make sure they're not blocked, then blow through them. Do not get carburetor cleaner on the non-metallic parts since it will cause them to decompose and further plug the carburetor. Remove the carb cleaner from the metal parts by washing them in warm, Soapy water, then rinsing with clean water. Dry them thoroughly before reassembling using your pictures or drawings as a guide. Before you put the carburetor back on, flush the fuel tank and replace the fuel line and filter so you aren't plugging up your clean carburetor with residue from old fuel. Hope this info helps.
Where is the jet? #XXXXX on your diagram above.
Yes, with the red arrow.
Thanks a lot. We finally found a small bit that must have clogged it up. Running great now. Thanks again. We were not looking forward to loading up and taking it into repair shop, heavy.
Outstanding. So happy to hear it. When you described the problem, I knew that had to be the issue. Thank you, XXXXXXXXXX of success.
If you have a home improvement or appliance question and want to chat with an expert now, visit justanswer.com/YTHI.